Hi, welcome back to Mini Bike Minute. Today we're going to look at the 1974. It's my personal favorite. I love the chrome, I love all of the new tools and the gadgets that the 74 has that none of those prior to that did. We're going to see the complete broken down bike, everything torn down, and everything built all the way back up. I think you'll enjoy this. I'll see you over there. Hey, welcome to Mini Bike Minute. One of the things I like to talk about, and we have brought up in some previous episodes, are the different generations that we like and why we like them. And I think there are a lot of people that are going to appreciate this generation. This is the K3 generation. The K3 generation is the 1974. 1974s had, and they boast, the most chrome of any prior generation, which I just think is really cool. I'm a chrome kind of person, so I like the 74. If you're going to talk about body styles, there's no better body style for me. The 74 is the real deal. In fact, they kept the 74 front fork chassis for several years after because they really got it right at that point in time. But what did they add in the 74? They added turn signals and they added more chrome. So those are both good things. In fact, a lot of the people that like to use these at the campgrounds and things along those lines, they want the turn signals. They want to use these. In fact, in Florida, a lot of people use these on the street. And so that's one of the things that they appreciate about them. But I want to show you a couple things about what happens, because we're going to look at one that's finished when we're done looking at this one today. This one just got torn down by our guy that's taking these apart for us now out in New Palestine, Indiana. And this spine is going to come off. These labels are all going to come off. And all of this is going to get media blasted. Instead of sand blasted, we're probably going to dry ice blast this. Here's the motor, correct motor. It's going to get dry ice blasted, and on some of it we're going to vapor hone some of this as well, and that brings it back to new. We'll tear the cases off. We'll make sure everything's fresh inside. We already know it's got great compression, and that's where we start. Then, obviously, you're saying, well, where's the rest of this bike? And I'm going to show you where the rest of this bike is. Here's the chrome. So one of the things we like to do is take all the chrome off. Everything's going to get taken apart here. All of this chrome gets sent out and redone. Now, we've actually got a bucket with all new chrome in it for this 74. As well as the chrome, we've got what I call painted and zinc parts. So this is our hardware. All this hardware is going to get vapor blasted as well. It's going to get media blasted, and we're going to take it over and it's going to get re-zinced. Because we like to use the original hardware. This is all original hardware. And then all that's left is the soft parts. So we've got a seat, perfectly good seat here. We've got a great gas tank, fuel tank. Our exhaust is in pretty good shape, but we're going to have new exterior. All of this gets replaced here. We'll use factory OEM stuff that we can use, but the wiring harness, chain, things like that, those will all be updated. So just want to show you kind of where it starts. As I said before, it ain't pretty, but this is how it looks, and I'm going to come right back to you. We're going to show you a finished product. All right, so really, a beautiful 5-second miracle transformation, right? From what you just saw to what we're looking at right now. There's some few things I want to just point out on this 74. As I said, the chrome is just fantastic on these 74s, just fantastic. Here's your rear view mirrors. Here's your turn signals, front and rear. One of the most impossible pieces to find is this piece right here. In fact, you won't find them, and when you do, they're used and they're ugly, and you've got to sort of just make them look better. It is the turn signal on-off switch combination, which was the first year for this switch. So I want to go back up and look at this. See these cones right here? These are actually supposed to be chrome. This was a builder that likes the color key address, so you've got this the same color as this instead of chrome. But one of my things is I really like the chrome. So we had these reproduced and it's actually $250 a side. So you got $500 just for this cone and this cone, which is extremely expensive, but go build them for less because you can't. We've got those, and then in the rear, this is correct. So when you look at this part here, like I showed you earlier, the part we took off of the 74 we're doing right now, look at how they've done this. They've just taken these aftermarkets and attached them to the sides back here. And two more things I'm going to point out. This fender and the front fender are not OEM. That's not how we do things here, typically. We like to see this as an OEM, and we like to see this front as an OEM. These are available aftermarket by a couple of different places. Most people do this. I like to just send the originals out and have them re-chromed, and it just looks cooler that way. But this guy didn't want to spend that kind of money on this build, so you have to figure out what you're going to give up in order to get that guy in budget. And so that's what we did, and this is just a beautiful build, just an outstanding build. In fact, this is a bike there's another story behind this bike, and it's a 12 or 1300 mile bike in addition to that story. But anyways, just really, really a gorgeous Candy Topaz, and they came in two colors, this and Candy Riviera Blue. Candy Riviera Blue is, it's insanely beautiful. It's not, everybody says, well, isn't that the Candy Sapphire? No. It's way different. It's way different. So if you're painting this and you pick up Candy Sapphire and you think, that's close enough, it's not. It's a humongous miss if you try to make the Sapphire work on the 74. You can do it, but it's not going to trick a lot of people, and it won't trick me. But it's a really, really beautiful Candy. Riviera Blue is probably the prettiest blue that Honda ever did, and I'm a big Sapphire fan, so that says a lot. I hope you've really enjoyed this. I hope you can see all of the work that goes into the before and after, the intricacies on the 74, the details that exist on the 74 that don't exist before, and now you can maybe understand why I really, really like the 74 as it relates to the K3 generation. It's just, to me, it's my favorite. I think it has the most versatility of all of the 70s bikes, and the K series, K3, other than the fact that they don't offer a 4-speed, you can't get a 4-speed, it's a really, really practical and gorgeous bike. It's really something else when you look at what we start with and what we end with. And I think one of the things I want to emphasize, and it's always my goal, to do things in a different way than I used to be a different person than I once was. For me, back in 2007, I found myself at a place where success met alcohol, alcohol met drugs, and all those things that come with it. And I was a complete traitor, not just to my wife and to my children and to our family and our business, but to the Lord. And so for me, starting off where I was and finding everything the world had to offer didn't work. I had to be completely torn down and rebuilt. So everything that you see in this room is the best that man can do. But I can tell you, I'm on a journey to become a different person every single day than I was the day before. And I hope that you can also appreciate there's no satisfaction until you are right where our Creator wants you to be. And He wants you in a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. And that's what started for me through His Word in 2007. So while everything on the outside is getting older, and it may seem like it needs a tear down to me and to my wife and to you all, everything on the inside is becoming more new. And I really appreciate all of you that watch this. And I hope that in this new year, this message might give you consideration for a rebuild. Thanks for watching Mini Bike Minute. I hope you enjoy it, and please invite your friends.